Hello there. The Tory and Labour leaders are still engaged in talks on how they think this so-called Brexit logjam can be shifted. As tempers fray across the land at what our politicians are doing right now in their endeavours to stop Brexit, the two main party leaders are stretching their own support to the limit by meeting to discuss how to proceed with Brexit. Tory supporters are plain unhappy that Theresa May is engaged in handing over the Brexit process to Corbyn the Marxist, while the Labour Party support that Jeremy Corbyn relies on within the party will not be happy unless he brings back the softest of Brexit proposals with a second EU referendum hardwired in. But that would make a lot of his wider support across the country very unhappy. Now, if Corbyn has any sense, he will avoid getting too close to Theresa May's attempts to socialise the political losses across the two main parties. But at some stage he will have to come out with a firm Labour Party plan for the way ahead with Brexit, or he will lose all credibility. And when he is forced to stop fudging and hiding behind conference motions and the like, that is when the real problems for Labour will start. And all the while businesses and people will remain locked in a constant miserable cycle of uncertainty. I see the two main parties taking a significant nosedive in popularity in the coming days and weeks. And while our politicians are doing their level best to keep the UK tied as close to the EU as possible, out comes a YouGov poll showing that every region in England and Wales is content to leave the EU without a deal on the 12th of April, apart from London, of course. In London, 48% want to remain, while 26% say leave with no deal. But in the Midlands and Wales, 46% say leave with no deal versus 31% for remain. In the rest of the south outside London, it is 44% for leaving with no deal against 34% for remain. And the north has those that want to leave with no deal at 41% against remain at 34%. Scotland, unsurprisingly, came out in favour of remain by 47% to 28%. And one of the scenarios put to the poll respondents was what should happen if the EU refuses to give the UK an extension, which would force a face-off decision of leaving without a deal or revoking Article 50. On this, political research manager at YouGov, Chris Curtis, said, "If this were to occur, the country remains almost completely split on the best way to proceed, with 44% opting for no deal and 42% thinking that at that stage the government should revoke Article 50. But things are getting very interesting in the House of Lords as they go about trying to prevent that very no deal by forcing the Cooper Bill through as quickly as possible. Or more accurately, as they go about doing their level best to prevent Brexit by pushing that bill through. The vast majority of the peers in that place will want the Yvette Cooper Brexit bashing bill to be rushed through and out of the door this evening. But there are several Brexiteer lords who will try all they can to stop it. Now, unlike for the MPs in the House of Commons, in the Lords there are no time limits on how long debates can go on. So Brexiteer lords could try and filibuster this bill out by staying on their feet and talking for as long as possible. But there is something called a closure motion that can be moved by one of the Remainer peers in order to bring that debate to a halt. These closure motions are rarely employed and are really only meant to be used to prevent time wasting, not to push through ill-considered legislation without proper scrutiny. But reports are coming in that one has already been called for and has been voted on, with those wanting to call a halt on the debate winning by 239 votes to 118, a majority of 121, and that will tell you where this day will take us. So I reckon we'll be seeing quite a few of these closure motions today as Remainer peers try and force the pace of this horrid little tick box exercise they want to indulge themselves in. And on the back of that, peers have voted to keep the bill on the fast track tonight by 254 votes to 94, a majority of 160. The House of Lords is therefore right on track to ram this through in a few hours, just like the MPs in the Commons did. So Brexiteer peer Lord Forsyth was right to warn of the road to tyranny. And remember that those members of the House of Lords are unelected and care not what the voter thinks on this. What the vast majority of those politicians in the Houses of Commons and Lords are now engaged in doing to the UK Constitution and its processes reeks of pure, breathtaking Remainer arrogance and, yes, tyranny. Parliament's job is to hold the government to account, but it seems we now need a completely new body to hold Parliament to account. As I predict, this will not be the last time this type of procedure is used, and it could be a lot sooner than most people think. But ending on a lighter note, the session in the House of Commons today had to be suspended and then adjourned for the remainder of the day after torrents of water flooded out of the chamber roof and into the press gallery. Wonder if someone somewhere is sending a message. So please let us all know what you think by leaving a comment below, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. Thank you very much for watching.